Hi everybody, welcome back to Laura A Vlogs. So I am doing a very different type of video today. I got a request from a viewer that kept watching me in my videos and wondering how I managed to look this young for my age. So a lot of you might not know, I am 50 plus years old. In reality, 54. And so this viewer was like, can you share your beauty tips for us? So us to know what beauty regimen that I use to keep myself looking young. And I was just like, what? I mean, I've never this, anybody who's been following me for a while knows that I never done this type of video. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to have fun with it. So I'm going to say is this. Like, what beauty regimen I'm going to say is this, in reality, how this whole process for me has started. When I was in my teens, 20s, 30s, I didn't really follow a beauty regimen at all. I was like, I barely even use makeup. I only use lipstick and powder, pressed powder on my face, like compact powder. And that was it. I never really used makeup. I was so intimidated in using any type of makeup. So for me, once I started reaching towards mid 40s into my 50s, that's when my 50s hit. That's when everything has changed for me. And that's when I decided, you know what, let me start using makeup. And so, I started watching all these beauty vloggers on YouTube. I follow maybe about 4 of them and they're fantastic. So I've learned to see how their styles of makeup application, and I adjusted it in my own way because, after all, I am 54 years old. You can't add a certain makeup technique that a 20-something-year-old, woman does, or a 30-something-year-old woman does, and then apply it to myself thinking that it's going to work the same way. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Everyone has to work accordingly to their age. And so eventually at some point, if you want to hear about my different makeup techniques that I use, because honestly, I go what works for me, then let me know in the comments section on YouTube. But as in, as when I turn 50, I have a beautiful, my nephew's wife, she deals with a lot of the, beauty regimens as a career. I forgot the name of it. I will type it out. And she educated me on how to properly take care of my skin, because she was a beauty regimen on my face, cleansing and scrubbing and all that stuff. And so she gave me some ideas how to work my skin better. And so I've taken consideration on her suggestion. The only one product that I don't have, which I need to order at some point in the future, is vitamin C, which is very important for women, especially our age, in our 50s, or mature skin, because it ranges from 40 into 50 and up. So vitamin C was one of the products that she recommended me to use. Unfortunately, I don't have it, so I can't show you. So a lot of my products that I use on a daily basis is from e.l.f. And that's because it's very easy on the pocket for me. And I also have been accustomed to how good their products are. I mean, I'm a big e.l.f. fan, and please don't take it as me being sponsored by e.l.f. because no, I'm not. I just use it on a daily basis and it works for me. I'm a big fan of e.l.f. I use their, skin regimens. I use their makeup, eyeshadows, concealer, a lot of stuff with e.l.f. And I have other favorites too, ColourPop and Morphe. So I do have products that I use from different companies, but e.l.f. is mostly the majority of the products that I use for my skin. Okay, so now for the morning, I would say is this. When I get up in the morning, a lot of times I have a very oily parts of my skin, which is my T-zone, from the head, like the midsection area. And I get very oily there. So I have to definitely cleanse my skin. And so I would use e.l.f. Daily Face Cleanser. This is the product I use. And I use it also at night. I usually use it like in the morning if I'm gonna cleanse my skin, because after all, I sweat during the course of the night. And I will use it, when I shower, because after all, if I'm gonna shower, I might as well cleanse my skin at the same time. So definitely I use this, the Daily Face Cleanser. I will list the products that I use and the prices, and where I get it is definitely in the e.l.f. website, because of the fact that they're very generous. When you order a certain amount of products from e.l.f., they give you little perks on giving you like gifts of other products that they send you when you reach a certain amount. So can't complain about that. So I always order from their website. So after that, then I will use, after I cleanse my face with the face wash, I will use my toner that I buy from e.l.f. too. Now I tone my skin because a lot of times when you cleanse your face, sometimes there's still residue left in your skin. So I definitely use the Keep Your Balance toner. It has hyaluronic acid, aloe, and witch hazel. So this is from e.l.f. as well. I use that right after I cleanse, just to make sure I gotten any left residue in my face. And I do it at night too. Honestly, after I shower and cleanse my face, I will use that at night. If I don't have this, I could tell you I will use this as a backup. And this, you could find it in any discount, the Walgreens or Rite Aid, whatever drugstore. I would get this. This is called Dickinson's Original Witch Hazel. It's called Pore Perfecting Toner. So this is my backup if I don't have it, because I usually keep a spare one, because I do have a teenage son and he's learned how to take care of his skin as a young man. So we use it as backup. And I will list the prices for the products that I have on the description box. So once I'm done with that in the morning, now it depends on what I'm planning to do during the day. So a lot of times, if I know I'm gonna be out and about during the day, I will go for the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Moisturizer that has sunscreen SPF 30. So this, I will use it as a moisturizer. And I would definitely do this before I put on like a primer, excuse me. I'm getting choked up. I will use it before I add a primer. I don't have, you know, the products of primers and stuff like that. If you want to see something more, other things that you want to see what I do with makeup and stuff like that, just let me know. But I will use it definitely before a primer in my face. And yeah, since it has the SPF 30, I will use that. And then after that, I'll let it set. Then I'll add the primer on top. And if I'm not doing any, you know, if I'm not planning to go out for a while or anything like that, then I will use the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. It has the purified water, jojoba, and vitamin E. So yeah, this is the regular moisturizer I will use when I'm not using the Neutrogena one. So I will use that. And it works very well. The only thing is it doesn't have SPF. So that's why I said it depends on the type of day. If it's going to be too sunny, and then I will definitely use this. But if not, I will use that. And I also, since a lot of us women, especially with mature skin, we develop a lot of wrinkles, you know, like wrinkles underneath the eyes. I will use e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. It has hyaluronic acid and peptide complex. So this eye cream I will put underneath the eye to keep it moisturized before I apply any makeup, concealer, you know, anything, any powders or foundation. I would definitely put it underneath the eye. It does work very well. Or I will also use it at night. So if you want to do it at night too, I would suggest you to do it. It does help to keep your under eye moisturized. And yeah, I have no complaints. I really am enjoying using this product. Now, I also use like skin scrubbers, but I do it once a week because first of all, I do have very sensitive skin, and I noticed that I can't constantly do scrubbing, especially a lot of us who have autoimmune conditions. You know, you have to take it easy with the skin. So I would do like exfoliation on my skin, on my face, maybe once a week. And so I've been using this one. As you can see, I've been using it very well. It's e.l.f. Exfoliating Scrub. It has purified water and vitamin E. I do this once a week, exfoliate my skin. Then after I exfoliate, like I said, I would use the toner just to make sure whatever residue that I haven't picked up with the exfoliator, and it'll eliminate whatever stuff I have. And I would do is, especially at night, I will use like a nourishing night cream. Now, most people prefer to do is a moisturizer at night. I don't like the idea of having so much moisturizer in my face at night. It doesn't work well for me. So I definitely use the Nourishing Night Cream from e.l.f. because of the fact that it's not so heavy on the face. It's not so thick. And the thing is, like, I have a tendency to break out, especially if I have too much stuff. And I have to have my skin breathing also. So this definitely, it doesn't have a scent, and it's very, like, it looks thick, but when you add it onto your face, it just dissolves the product, and it doesn't leave that heavy feeling of thickness of the cream. Because like I said, I have a problem with heavy creams. If I use it at night, I don't want to wake up with zits growing all over my face. I don't do well with heavy creams at night. So definitely this has been my go-to for me, you know, in my personal opinion. For me, it has been this night cream. And so I definitely use it. Now, I'm going to say is this, a lot of times, and I forgot to put out one product here, but it is what it is. I will probably add a picture of one of the products that I use to remove makeup. I will add a picture here. Now, I use this one particular makeup remover. I think it's called H2O, if I'm not mistaken by the title of the product. And it comes in a bottle, and then it has a little pump that you can put the cotton swab and pump it, and then remove the eye makeup, you know, from your face. And it works very well. It's not irritating in the eyes for me. And I use that on days that I'm not using waterproof makeup, you know, like a mascara. So I use that on a regular basis. But if I have like heavy makeup that I have waterproof mascara, and from time to time when I use lipsticks that are like, I would say like fade resistant lipsticks, and I use this particular one. I have a bunch of these that I've been using throughout the pandemic for people who want to still look good underneath the mask. I've been using Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. So this lipstick, you put it on and it just stays there all day. So when I put on my mask, you know, when I take it off, it's not like it's smearing all over your face. It's still there, you know, so it stays a long time. So when I have to remove that, you can't remove it with an ordinary makeup remover. So I have been using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. It has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and peptides. So this has been my best friend in removing a lot of the makeup, you know, like fade resistant, waterproof type of makeup. This works. It really works. I don't have to scoop, but I take a little small sample of the scoop, and I will do is I'll melt it in my hands and just smear it all over my face, and you see like a whole glob of makeup smearing all over your face, and it just comes off. It just melts everything off, and then you wash it with the, of course, with the daily face cleanser, and it just washes everything away. And I tell you, it does work. Like I said, my best friend. So, you know, this is what I use on a daily basis. I mean, I can't complain on the products that I've been using, but also I want to give you guys a sound advice. Not just the beauty products that makes you stay younger in a longer period of time, but also it's the lifestyle that you know I try to follow. So one, like I would say is this: anybody that are in the younger age, and I would say is to keep yourself, try to live a little bit of a healthy lifestyle, so to speak. Like I don't really follow heavy food diets until recently with the whole pork thing that has happened, that it started with my triggers, with my flare-ups, with people who don't know I have an autoimmune condition. So now certain foods are triggering certain issues in my body. And so now I'm learning to properly take care of myself physically when it comes to food, but I don't follow no serious diet per se on that. Like, I try to keep it as normal as possible. But I also would say is be very conscious on the amount of alcohol you intake. Because when you do alcohol and drugs, you know, that, and also smoking. I don't do, first of all, with my illness, I don't really consume a lot of alcohol. Once in a while, you guys will see me posting on my Facebook, you know, yeah, I had a drink. But with my illness, I don't have that luxury to drink 4, 5, 6, 7 cocktails or beers because my body doesn't handle it anymore. So I have to stay very conscious on how I consume any type of alcohol. And so I know my limit is either 2, and if I'm pushing it, maybe 3. And it's not like I do it every weekend, because I don't. So I would suggest definitely minimize the alcohol intake in order to keep yourself hydrated in the skin. Drink a lot of water. That definitely I do. Drink a lot of water. Keep your body hydrated at all times. And I would say, like I said, I don't smoke. I don't do recreational drugs. So that alone shows why maybe I'm looking a little more younger than most people my age. I just don't. And I try to stay conscious of that. Like, that's not my lifestyle. That's not for me. And it never was. I never, in my life, never ever done that. So that is part of how I keep myself from, you know, trying to keep myself from not falling apart. So yeah, I just think that you just gotta stay very conscious on how you live your life, your lifestyle, and minimize those things in your life, because you're the one who could pretty much keep yourself active and healthy in the long run. And with me, with an autoimmune condition and everything else that I've dealt with, you know, it's a work in progress. And it's definitely, you know, I'm learning. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And so anybody who sees this video, if you like this content, because again, this was a request from a viewer and sharing my beauty tips. If you want to see more videos like this, you can leave a comment in the comment section of YouTube. And if you have any special requests regarding about the products that I use, the makeup and whatnot, you could free to do so. I have no problem sharing. Anyway, so thank you again. Please stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.